Hello everyone, my name is Kudzie Mapiye, and on this channel I do videos about my life living here in Zimbabwe after moving back from Australia. Something very exciting that I've started on this channel is member-only videos. I have some questions that are frequently asked in the comments, and some of them I've addressed in my member-only videos. So I've got my latest video that's the member only video, and it's for subscription only. So if you would like to watch that video, if you are interested to see what's in this video and to have these questions answered, please subscribe to my channel and you will be able to see more member only videos that I will be posting on this channel regularly. And I also do one-on-one coaching sessions for relocation. Whether you want to be relocating to Australia or relocating back to Zimbabwe, I do one-on-one sessions which you can book via my website. Now, on to today's video. Very exciting for me. I think all my videos are very exciting for me. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 key insurances that you need if you are thinking about life in Zimbabwe. And it's also something I get asked a lot when people are watching my videos and they say, like, you know, how is the healthcare system? Like, aren't you worried about the healthcare system in Zimbabwe? And I think if you don't have certain insurances, you will be worried. And also people are concerned about the quality of healthcare in Zimbabwe. And I can tell you from first-hand experience, since I've moved back, I have used the healthcare system in Zimbabwe and I have experienced like exceptional care. Like, not for myself, but for someone that I was going with, but it was exceptional care, great customer service. It was just really, really good. And one of the things that people worry about is healthcare, and the first insurance that I would say is essential if you're thinking of life in Zimbabwe is medical aid, which is health insurance. Health insurance is very essential in Zimbabwe because quality care is available, but quality care comes at a premium price. And sometimes it might be hard to pay out of pocket, but quality care is available. Now, if you're a cash paying patient, I'll just give you an idea of how much money you'll be paying from my recent experience in Zimbabwe. If you're going to be going to like a general practitioner and you just need general medical advice, it's usually, and you're going to a good GP, it's usually maybe around between $20 and $50 for a consultation. And if you're going to a specialist, if you need specialist care, it's usually around $80 to $100 per consultation if you're a cash paying patient. Now, if you have a medical condition or if a medical condition arises, you know, the bills can pile up and you might not have all the cash available if you're a cash patient. If you're a cash patient, it means you are paying everything out of pocket, or your treatment, if there are scans that need to be done, everything is out of pocket and it could be like quite expensive. So medical aid is recommended and it gives you that peace of mind, and there is very good medical aid available in Zimbabwe. And I'll just give you an idea of the cost, and the cost ranges just like everything in Zimbabwe. With everything, the costs just range. And if you want to get medical aid and you want to be treated like in private hospitals, the starting price, and this is just generally because they're just like a few medical aid providers that are available in Zimbabwe, but just generally speaking, you're looking at about a starting range from like the basic private medical from $60 per adult per month. So you'll be paying, if you want to get that medical aid, you'll be paying $60 per adult per month. And it goes up in price up to about like $250 plus per adult per month for like private health insurance to be to be treated in a private hospital, in a good private hospital in Zimbabwe, and receive exceptional care. So as you can tell, the prices are quite steep, but these are some of the things that you have to consider if you are looking at a life in Zimbabwe and you want to have that peace of mind, you want to have that exceptional care at private hospitals. You're looking at paying that amount of money. And one question that I had was which medical aid to choose. And this video is not sponsored, so I haven't been paid to promote these companies, but this is just for the benefit of those people who might be wondering which medical aid is reliable here in Zimbabwe. And I asked one of the specialist doctors that I saw in Zimbabwe, and I asked him what medical aid would you recommend to someone who is looking for reliable medical aid? And they recommended 2 medical aid providers, and that is CMAS and First Mutual Life for insurance. So you can go and get a quotation from those companies, and you can get a medical aid package per family or as an individual. But I just wanted to give you a rough idea, a really ballpark figure of how much you would be expecting to pay per month, which is around ranging from $60 per month to about $250 plus, going on to $300 plus per month if you want to receive exceptional care in Zimbabwe. And I think with medical aid, it's something that you really need to consider. If you are not thinking of moving to Zimbabwe and you're thinking of just visiting Zimbabwe, I would say it is very essential to get travel insurance. Do not travel outside of your country without travel insurance, because things can happen, accidents can happen, health issues can arise even when you're on holiday, and it's really essential to have travel insurance. So whenever we used to travel from Australia, even on holiday to Zimbabwe, would always get travel insurance, and that travel insurance covers you for any accidents that might happen, any health treatments that might arise while you're on your trip, and it also covers for you to be what's the word? When you're airlifted back to your country for medical treatment, it covers all that. So it's very easily available in Australia. If you just Google travel insurance in Australia, or you go to a flight center or something like that, they can recommend some travel insurances to have. But that is the first essential insurance that I would recommend in Zimbabwe. The second one is car insurance. If you're going to be investing in a car in Zimbabwe, it is essential to have car insurance, because your car insurance will ensure that you can cover any expenses that might arise due to any accidents you can get involved in, and if your car is written off, you want to be able to have some car insurance. So car insurance is one of the insurances that I would highly recommend as essential if you are going to be looking at a life in Zimbabwe. And just to give you again another ballpark figure, and now I'm going to be basing this on our personal car insurance that we have for our car here in Zimbabwe. For full cover for our car here in Zimbabwe, we pay $600 per year, and that's for full cover. If anything arises, any dents, minor accidents, major accidents, and all that, it's $600 per year, $600 per year. And that also gives you peace of mind that you can travel. Another thing that people worry about a lot is the roads in Zimbabwe and all that, but you can get vehicle insurance to insure your vehicle, insure you if any accidents happen while you're in the vehicles and all that. So at around, depending on the type of car that you have, we have a small car here in Zimbabwe, so it's not one of the bigger cars. It's a mid range in terms of price. So depending on which type of car you have, your insurance might vary, but I just wanted to give you another ballpark figure and an idea of what we are paying currently for our car insurance here in Zimbabwe. The next essential insurance, if you're looking at a life in Zimbabwe, is house insurance. If you're looking to purchase a home or to build a home, we built a house here in Zimbabwe on the farm, but we got house insurance. And sometimes I think, sometimes people might not really think about house insurance, but with any build, whether it's like a new build or you've purchased a house that's already been built, there can be issues that can arise. You could have electrical faults, and sometimes electricity comes and goes, and sometimes if it comes with high voltage, a fire might start depending on your appliances. So it's essential to have house insurance to insure your house, from anything that might arise, any accidents, any damage that might arise, any extensive damage to your property. You want to be able to have some money to rebuild or to, do repairs on your house. So house insurance is another essential insurance to have if you want to have that peace of mind. And again, to give you another ballpark figure for the house insurance that we have, it's around $140 per year. So for only $140 a year, you can insure your house for $100,000 plus. So just over 100,000. This is what this figure is based on. So about $140 if you're insuring your house for about $100,000 plus, just over. So it gives you that peace of mind as well, that if anything happens to your property, you will be able to have some money available to you to rebuild or to do any major repairs that are necessary. House insurance is very essential. And just to put it out there, I've noticed that there are quite a number of people in Zimbabwe that live without insurance. And it's not because they're reckless or they don't think that something bad might happen, but sometimes the price of insurance is quite prohibitive. The cost is not affordable for all people. So sometimes people can't afford all essential insurances that they might need, and that's understandable. But I would recommend to at least choose one or two of the insurances that I'm talking about in this video that might be within your range, because it will just give you that peace of mind. You don't want to be uninsured for absolutely everything, because it's a bit risky. If anything happens to you, you've got nothing to fall back on, or your family have nothing to fall back on. So insurance is something that I highly recommend. And the 5 insurances that I'm talking about in this video are 5 insurances that I have currently, and there are 5 insurances that I had even when I was living in Australia. So this is something that just gives you peace of mind. And if you want to live, if you've got a family, you think about what's going to happen. If something happens to me, you want your family to have something to fall back on. Now I'm going to talk about the 4th essential insurance that I recommend, and that is life insurance. Life insurance is the insurance where you get a lump sum payment. Anyone who, if for any reason, you're involved in an accident, or you pass away for any reason, you can have life insurance where a lump sum of money is paid to your family so that they can, cover some bills or, school fees, anything that might be remaining while you're gone. And life insurance, I know people don't like to talk about life insurance because they don't want to think of the idea of them dying. But the truth is, everyone is going to be, it's everyone's path, whether you like it or not, whether it's comfortable or not. And if you've got a family, it's something that's essential for you to think about, and that's life insurance. And life insurance is available in Zimbabwe. And just to give you an idea of, you can get life insurance cover for 500,000, a million plus, and into the millions. But I'm just going to talk about life insurance that's covering you for $10,000 up to $50,000 payment. And the reason I'm talking about this is life insurance that you can get quite easily. without you having to go for medical tests. Usually, if you're going to be insuring your life for more than $50,000 in Zimbabwe, they are going to ask you to go for some medical tests to verify your medical conditions. But if you're 10,000 to 50,000, they'll only ask you your age and your HIV status over the phone, like if you're going to be applying over the phone or in the offices. But those are the two questions that they ask you, and they can give you a quotation for 10,000 or 50,000. So just to give you a ballpark figure, for $10,000 life insurance, you're looking at paying about $10.50 per month for $10,000 cover in life insurance. And for $50,000 cover in life insurance, you're looking to be paying about $49.50 per month for $50,000 cover. Now, I have had personal experience where back when, before I even moved to Australia, was it before or like a little bit after, where, you know, someone that I know passed away and they were the breadwinner of the family. Luckily, they had life insurance, and their life insurance was able to be paid out to the family without any trouble. And the wife was able to build a house and rent out some rooms in order to get some income and get by. So, you know, those are some of the things that life insurance can be used for. If you're the main breadwinner of the family, it is like highly essential for you to have life insurance in Zimbabwe. And one good thing about employers in Zimbabwe is they cover for a lot of insurances. Most employers in Zimbabwe will cover your medical insurance, which is your medical aid, and things like life insurance. And if you're not sure, you can go and ask like your HR department or your employer what insurances they're covering you for, because you might not even know that you're actually covered, and you can have that peace of mind. But yeah, most employers do offer that, and it's usually around that, you know, $10,000 to $50,000 insurance. And yeah, so if you are employed, check it out and ask what you're insured for. And if you're not, if you're self-employed, it's something that you should look to get if you want that peace of mind for your family. That is life insurance. And I think anyone across the world should really think about life insurance if you've got children. And, you know, for me, I know like death and life insurance was a really uncomfortable topic for us to start as a family, but it was something that we had to talk about. Like even back when we were in Australia, life insurance is something that is essential. And you know, you need to cover yourself for bills, for future bills, for your kids, for your house, for just general living expenses. So if you haven't thought about it, please highly consider life insurance. And the last insurance that I'll be talking about is funeral insurance. Funeral insurance is something that is quite common in Zimbabwe, more than in Australia. I used to notice that a lot of people in Zimbabwe, like just growing up, like, you know, you'd know that your parents had a funeral policy. Like a lot of people in Zimbabwe think about funeral cover more than any other insurance. Like they think about funeral cover even more than house insurance or life insurance. Funeral cover is right up there for Zimbabweans, and most Zimbabweans will have funeral cover. And I'm not sure if it's because it's more affordable, but you know, people have funeral cover, and that's the fifth and final essential insurance that I would say you need if you're looking for a life in Zimbabwe. And funeral insurance will cover for the cost of a funeral, and it ranges in price. And I'll just give you an idea of, you know, for a family, if you've got a family of, let's say, 4 to 6 people. And the good thing about funeral cover in Zimbabwe, you can insure your family plus maybe other people, maybe siblings or parents. You can add them in your insurance as well. So a ballpark figure, if you're looking at funeral cover for 6 people, for example, you're looking at about $60 per month for that funeral cover. And that is a very good funeral cover that like covers for the cost of, like, you know, the funeral, like the coffin, like tents, buses, and even accommodation if you're living overseas, transport and all that. And for a few people, not for everyone, maybe like repatriation if you travel overseas or if you're living overseas. So from about $60 a month, you can get very good funeral cover for like up to 6 people. So that is something that people should consider as well, because there are sometimes when funerals happen unexpectedly, when it's an accident or it's like a really short illness, and sometimes the money is just not available. And if you've got a loved one, you want to be, or if it's for yourself or your family member or whatever, you want to be able to give someone a decent, respectful send off. And you want them to have like, you know, a good funeral, because that can be something that is one less thing to worry about. Someone passing away is already a major thing to deal with, and then looking at the financial aspect of it is even harder. And I know sometimes when people don't have life insurance in Zimbabwe, like, you know, the funerals can be really tough for the family and even for everyone. Like, you know, you can tell that things are just, you know, not okay, and people are struggling just to put the funeral together on top of the grief that they're experiencing. So for that peace of mind, it's really good to get funeral cover. So yeah, those are the 5 essential insurances that I would highly recommend for people to look into if you don't already have them, if you are looking at a life in Zimbabwe. And I'll just recap. That's your car insurance, your house insurance, your life insurance, your medical insurance, and funeral insurance. So those 5 key essential insurances are something that, you know, if you're looking at a life in Zimbabwe and you have those 5 insurances, you have some peace of mind. And it's not that you will not worry at all about things that might happen, but you know, if anything was to happen, at least you have something that can cover you. So for anyone looking to move to Zimbabwe, I know currently there are so many people who are overseas who are looking to move back home, which is awesome. Consider those 5 insurances. People who are already in Zimbabwe, if you don't have those insurances, consider them. And if you can't afford all of them, at least pick a couple that are within your price range to be able to get. I think it's not advisable to have 0 insurance at all. I think you should have at least some type of insurance if you're going to be living life and you've got a family and, you know, you need people to be covered. So I hope you found that video helpful, and I will see you in the next one.